Hello, everyone. My name is Kendall Grayson. I am new this season, the new Director of Media Relations and Communications for your Twin City Thunderbirds. Pleasure to be here with you here in Winston-Salem this season. We're looking forward to it. Great to be back here with Coach Harry. He's been phenomenal so far, and getting me up to speed on the team and everything like that. So we're thrilled to be back for another season here. We're going to have these on Tuesdays, just like last season. We'll also do the recording and put it out on Thursday, just like last season as well. So hopefully everyone can enjoy that. But as I said, I've met a lot of you so far. Really appreciate it. And as I said at the press conference last week, just to have this many people that are interested in what we're doing, I think really speaks volumes. So thank you for that. But Coach, what'd you like to say here to start us off?
Well, first of all, just welcome you to Winston-Salem. I think that's the first thing maybe we kick it off with. But as you said, just a great crowd here again tonight. And a week ago there, I talked about, and the one thing you're going to find out here that I think the best thing about Winston-Salem is, and I've said this many, many times, it's the people that are here, and that's why it's such the players love being here. They stay here. A lot of guys have lived here now for a few years, so it's the people, it's the atmosphere that they create here, and we have our booster club who do a phenomenal job, and just all the other supporters, and that's one of the things that when I go to Dallas, Fort Worth there in the summertime, they always ask me about what's so good about when you leave and what's going on. And I mean, obviously the hockey and it's my passion for the game, but it's the people here that keep drawing me back and making sure that everybody enjoys themselves here. And I also want to thank the one thing just to add to that, this week here on Saturday we had, I think there was maybe 10 of the booster club came over and did our house and fixed it up for a long time. And I just like to tell them thank you, because that's above and beyond the call of duty to come out and do stuff that they did the other day. And as I said, that's what's so great about this. That they asked to do it, and they've done it for a couple of years now. So as I said, it's just great to be back, and I can't wait to get her started. We start Monday, and it's going to be it should be a fun day, fun year.
And we've, obviously had a lot going on already. The ice is down, which I understand is new to be down this early, which I'm sure is going to be a help to you and your players to have everything in house.
Well, it's nice. I mean, we've had to skate now, and we don't have to drive to Greensboro, which it's not that far, but it's kind of nice to to be in our own dressing room and to be at home here and where we're comfortable. So it's a pleasure. And then also training camp can switch a little bit. We can do few things different than driving to Greensboro, and we skated once a day this year. Here we're going to a couple times we'll skate twice a day, and also the fans can come out if they want to come out and see us. They don't have to drive over there to see us. So there's a lot of pluses to it. As I said, for me as a coach, I'm geared up for it, and I'm looking forward to it. But as I said, I just think the players are going to enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with going to like a practice rink or somewhere else, but it's always really nice to be at home. So I think everyone's going to really enjoy it.
Well, that's good, Coach. I'd just like to introduce myself a little further. I know that again, I've met many of you already. We had the appearance at the Dash game, and had the press conference and some other things going on. I'm sure I'll see a lot of folks at our season ticket holder pickup event. So we're looking forward to that as well. That's coming up tomorrow. But to introduce myself, again, my name's Kendall Grayson. I'm a North Carolina native. I'm from Shelby, North Carolina, which is not too far away. My mom went to Wake Forest. My dad went to NC State. So we've got that rivalry in the family. But, I went to the University of Alabama. I moved out to Nebraska and did 7 years with the Tri-City Storm in the USHL and had, some great experiences out there and had a really good time. But I'm really happy to be back closer to home, really happy to be in a professional hockey organization, and with a fan base that I understand is I'm going to find out pretty soon just how supportive everyone is here.
You're going to have to talk loud. See, what you've never seen is when Sweet Caroline comes on Saturday morning or Saturday night after a win, that's second to none. And I know you've been to a bunch of different rinks, and the USHL is a great league, and but I'll tell you, when that place is packed and Sweet Caroline comes on, it's pretty special. And so, as I said, I've been around, but that'll be a special time for you. You'll enjoy that.
Yeah, it will be. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a great season. But we just wanted to start off here and get a quick intro in. And Just again, get everyone up to speed, introduce ourselves, and keep moving through the show. So we'll take our first really quick break. We're going to come back. I think the next thing we'll talk about is training camp. We'll get into that as that's coming up quick. So we'll take a break and be right back.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
Gwynn Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwynn Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwynn Services. One call does it all.
All right, so welcome back here after our first break of the night. I think the first thing to get into hockey-wise is training camp that's coming up soon. So that's going to begin next week. It'll begin on Monday. Monday, I think, is an optional on-ice day, but the meeting and then Tuesday's the on-ice portion that gets moving. For folks who don't know, the training camp is open to the public this season, so come out and watch, and we're certainly looking forward to it. But Coach, just let us know, how that plays out, the importance of it, and what you're looking for here coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Well, the way training camp goes on, that kind of, the last couple of years here, we talk about building the house, and you get your foundation, and the first couple of days here, there's a lot of players that are coming in here, and I haven't seen. So, but you also, we don't have a whole lot of time, so it's going to be a situation where you're trying to pick the team. We got quite a few coming back, and we'll talk about those guys coming back. But the new guys, you want to see them as quickly as possible. But you want to start building the foundation as quickly as possible. As I said, the turnaround is very quick. So you don't have a whole lot of time to. The one player I actually talked to today, and he's used to like 2 or 3 weeks or 2 weeks of training camp, and then you have a week of just with the team. So it's a little different for some of the guys, and guys who are coming from college, they skate probably a month before they even get really going. So it'll be an adjustment time for some guys, and but as I said, it's time. When we hit the ice on Tuesday, it'll be. We'll be in full motion, and we'll keep it going.
And, obviously, some returners coming back from last season, but the organization with a lot of success the last couple of seasons, and obviously he'd like to win a couple more games there at the end, and I'm sure that's the goal again this year, but it must be nice to come back and be able to lean on some of that veteran presence and lean on the experiences that you've had and winning hockey games.
Well, no question. I mean, it's even when you bring in young guys, and I've been very fortunate the two years I've been here. We brought in some young guys that have blended in, but it's the core guys that we have here. We got a couple here tonight with Whitey and Kramer, and Boots, and the couple of the Czechs that now they're this year, and as I said, Gus is coming back. So those are the guys that they're the glue, and they hold the team together, and they run the room. It's their team. They run the room, and it's worked out pretty well. So I rely on those guys to relay the message that I want, and when you have that type of leadership and quality of people, and that's the biggest thing for us. The one thing is when you're coaching at any level, you want good kids and you want good people. I call them kids. I mean, some of them are almost 29, 30 years old. So, but when you're a little older, you call them kids. But as I said, I'm just very fortunate to have that base of guys that I have here. And as I said, they carry the ball for me, and they've done a heck of a job.
And I would imagine that side of things is probably more important than what a lot of us can see on the score sheet at the end of the night. And even in looking at some of the players that are coming in and some of the signings and things like that, I think you can read over their stats column and see what they've done on the ice, obviously, and a lot of it's impressive. But that's sort of where my next question was. Is I'd imagine to you as a coach, those are the things that are going to make a difference at the end of the season.
Well, no question. When you're talking to a young guy and a coach calls for him or an agent calls for him, and the first thing I ask is he a good guy and is he a good teammate, and those things are important. I'd rather when it gets right down to it, there's some teams and not just our league but every league, they sign guys and I don't think they would gel with us, and what people don't understand is like, these guys, especially us here, we have some guys that live on their own, but the other guys are all together, and so we need a good atmosphere and a good friendly atmosphere and good people, and that carries on the ice, and it goes to show. And when you get a bad apple, that old song, it spoils the whole bunch. And so over the years, I've had to. You don't pick out the right ones all the time. I wish I did all the time, but you don't. But what you try to do is you try to get the best, and if you have to weed some guys out because those situations come abreast, and so you do it. But we want good people who want to be here, and as I said, the funny thing is when they get here, and sometimes they do go because at this level you make moves or whatever, and they hate to leave. You know what I mean? Because it is a great place to play. So. It's all about the people, and as I said, that or walking in that dressing room, because that carries the ball a long way.
And on the ice, when you're looking to build a roster and build a team, what are some philosophies that you have? What's important to you? I know that some coaches they want a lot of offense and try to figure everything else out. Some coaches want to lock it down and let's win 2-1 every night. What are you looking to do when you build your roster?
Well, in the perfect world, I like to score 8 and get none against. So, but that doesn't always happen. So you try that, but it doesn't happen all the time. So I want guys at any level you play, and I've coached guys that play in the NHL, and they talk about fun, and if you talk to any hockey player, except for the goalie, they all want to have fun, and when the fun comes is when they have the puck, and it's all about offense. And I let them have freedom of when they have the puck and let them do things, and that seems to work. You know what I mean? Because that's what kind of stirs the drink. And when they don't have the puck, then they got to talk to the coach, and they're on the coach's page. So it's and then they realize that if they do those two things together, good things usually happen. And but no, I want the guys to have fun on there. I like to always play, I call it the fun zone, play in the offensive zone, score some goals. And as I said, especially here with, you score 2 or 3 goals and the crowd gets behind you. So it's a lot of fun. But we've been successful the last couple of years. And I don't know if people will look at stats or whatever. And there's always a number I talk to the guys about. And it's your goals against. And if you do that well enough, you're always going to be in certain games. So, but you still have to score. And so I don't take that away from them. If you look at our team with even guys like Boots and that, they love to score. Whitey, Forty, Kramer. Those are the guys that they love to score. The Czechs, you see when they score the celebration. So they love to do that, and I don't want to take that away from them and their creativity. And I'm very fortunate. The guys that I have a lot of skill. And if you watch, and you'll see it this year with some of the passing, some of the guys, with the Czechs and 40's line there, like from last year, like when they pass the puck around, it's pretty special. And so I want that creativity and let them have some fun.
And, obviously we'll see training camp that starts next week and we'll get a much better picture. But just without seeing anyone on the ice yet, what do you think you're going to have? What are some things that you've been looking for this offseason as a group? I know it's really hard to predict. I know this time of year everybody probably loves their roster, but what do you think we're going to have?
Well, I like the guys coming back, obviously. I mean, those are the guys that, again, they're the core guys. And the guys that I got coming in, they all come in with great credentials. But until you see them and where they're going to fit in the puzzle, that's the $64,000 question. And, you might be a good hockey player, you might fit like that, but where are you going to fit into the puzzle? And so that's what training camp is for. And sometimes you switch up or you make a trade just from the standpoint of that guy doesn't fit into the puzzle, and you have to go get someone that works with that line better or whatever. And but as I said, at this level where this year here, I don't know if there's been some rule changes. I don't know if everybody's up to speed. This year, I think we're going to have 20 players all the time, and sometimes coach only likes to have 19, but so we'll see what happens on that front. So the one rule change is there's no more 4 gamers, and so things will change. So and when someone gets hurt, you have to improvise. So some guys are they have to step up or go back the other way and play with a line that maybe doesn't fit their bill, but they got to adapt to the game. And so there's a lot of things involved in how guys want to adapt. And as I said, that's what you find out about training camp. Sometimes you put a line together in training camp, and I know the guys, they look at me like, well, why am I playing with those 2 guys? Well, there's a good chance sometime down the road that you're going to have to play with him, or vice versa. You get a guy who is maybe more of a grinder and all of a sudden he's playing with Gus and Whitey or something like that, or things, and all of a sudden it's like, well, why am I playing with them? Well, you might have to play with them sometimes. So or play defense. Last year I had, Whitey played defense a little bit, Pesty played defense a little bit. So everybody has to be adaptable to what you're doing, and so we'll see how it goes. But those are things you kind of look at, and sometimes you do things in training camp and everyone kind of looks at you like, you lost your mind. And sometimes I have lost my mind, but a lot of times you do it for a reason. You want their reaction and you want to see how they adapt to what you're trying to do. So sometimes, the wheels up there turn pretty fast sometimes, and you do things, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes you got to try it just to see how players react.
We're certainly looking forward to training camp starting next week. We're going to take another break here. We'll be back really quickly. Thanks.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids. Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from like this century.
Yeah.
At Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Harry Show. Let's turn that down just a bit. All right, Coach, so, we were talking here in the break just about the league and what's new this year. We have, some, new teams with new looks, obviously our team included. if you could, especially for someone new to the league like myself, and I'm sure we may have some new interested fans out there, just give us an overview of the league and what'll be new this season and some new teams and new faces and things like that.
Well, to start with here, I think, a couple of years ago when I first got here and Brendan and I were doing this here, and he called it the Coach Harry Show, and you're kind of a rookie now, so I think we're going to have to bring you up to speed that it's actually the Coach Harry Show. It's not just, you know what I mean? So we'll bring you up to speed on a couple things here. We'll get you going.
Good.
So, but no, I'm excited about the league. It's they've expanded to 14 teams. Topeka's in now, and they've rearranged the Indiana Sentinels are in too. And also Petey or Florence, I guess. I'm not sure how they go about it, which way they're actually called. I think it's Petey.
Yep.
Petey. So, there's some new teams, and I think it's great for the league. I think sometimes when you grow so fast, sometimes there's some growing pains, and hopefully we've worked out those kinks. But I think overall the league is always improving, and I'm looking forward to it. This league is, in the 2 years that I've been here, has taken a step every year, and I think this league here, this year here, I think might even take 2 steps with the quality of players that are coming in, and we're trying some different things as far as the play and keep it going all the time, and we had a meeting the other day with the referees, and they're trying to get on board and try to be. I know sometimes they can be a little frustrating, but that's what we have to deal with. And they're trying to do a better job. They're going to more back to school as far as trying to make the quality of refereeing, and that's not an easy job. I mean, the funny thing about being a referee is as soon as you walk in the building, half the people hate you and half the people love you. So that's not always the best job to have, and so it's very hard for those guys to do the job, but. As I said, just overall, the league is expanding, and I think all the markets. You talk to the different owners or coaches, and they're all excited about what's going on. And I see what's happening here and the way things are going. And I know we just had the logo change, and whenever you make a change like that, it's always preceded by problems. And I know some people don't like it, some people like it, and as I said, it's change. It's not something we wanted to do, but it's a change, and we're not changing how we do things with the crowd or how we're doing things with the team. It's just the only thing that's different is the logo on our jersey, and we're still the Thunderbirds, and there could be some surprises with the third jersey coming up, and I think people will like that. So, as I said, just the overall league. As I said, has done a good job. I had to go to the meetings this year with the owners, and apparently it was one of the best meetings they've ever had. So I think everyone's trying to get on the same page to make this league the best they can. And as I said, that's where we're at.
And you touched on it, but hockey-wise, people tell me that this league, there's the quality of player that is coming to the league now compared to maybe 10, 15 years ago has really changed. Just going through some of the footage that I could find, and obviously just looking at box scores and things like that, it's really competitive. I think that's what I'm looking forward to. Obviously, it'll be fun to call games in front of a packed house, and opening weekends coming up here in a couple of weeks. But I think just having those close, hardly contested games, really makes a difference.
Well, I think if you look at it, a few years ago, a lot of guys could come from Division III or junior and fit right in. And now we're getting a lot of guys that play Division III that say that they come here and they think, I can play in the Federal Hockey League, and they struggle. And so the league is getting better. And as I said, there's guys at different levels that also want to play in our league. So the quality of players and the quality game. We last year we played 2 games, and I talked about this extensively last year. 2 of our games last year we lost 1-0, and some fans I talked to, it might have been the 2 best games that they've seen at the fairgrounds. And I wasn't happy about losing 2 games, but they were great hockey games. And at the end, and some nights those things happen. We played a couple games last year. I probably wasn't really happy, and we won by 3 or 4. So those things happen. But that's the quality of play that we have right now. And as I said, it's just beneficial to the fans. And as I said, with each year, more and more players are this league is starting to get a reputation of I want to come here and play. And the cities that we got too is all the cities that we go to. We go down to Biloxi, we go down to Athens, and all these different cities we're playing in. All great cities, and so it's enjoyable to go to those places. We love home, but it's not too bad to go to those places either.
Which, when you're on the road, where do you like going? What are some places that you do like playing in front of? Maybe it's for different reasons. Maybe it's a road environment that gets you ready to play. What are some places that you like?
You're going to find out there, when we play Columbus, it doesn't matter. There's that rivalry there, and I don't know if we'll. There's some other teams that are coming up and knocking on the door, but just from a location standpoint, Whiteville, obviously, every time we play them, there's a rivalry there. But there's just something about Columbus. The year before I got here, they beat them in the semifinals. We beat them the last 2 years when I was here. They have a great team, but they're building. They draw pretty good fans. But it's just the atmosphere when we play that team. It's always a great game. I think the year before, I think we played them 11 times, and I think 10 of the games were decided by 1 goal. And so just the games, and if I'm a fan, you don't miss those games. And now this year here with, like Athens last year, I think we had some really good games with them. And PD this year, the way their roster is rounding out, that should be a good rivalry too. So, and they're close. So I just think that, but the one you'll find out is the tensions are a little higher when the Columbus comes in.
Sounds good, Coach. So, as we're covering the league, and I asked you in the break too about rule changes. You said the one that you mentioned. But are there any things that you would like to see the league pursue, and things that maybe could be done differently?
Well, they're trying to get the goal cam going, and the worst thing that can happen, and I think the one rule that this year is going to change is the offside rule. We kind of got bitten by it last year in the finals, an offside goal, and we lost 1-0. So, and so it that's going to change. You can challenge that, and so that should be beneficial. And if you challenge it and it's not, and you're wrong, then you're going to get a 2-minute penalty. So, but I believe in it. Like when you see an offside that's really blatant, and those things happen, and so you like to change it. You like to get it right, and as long as the flow of the play don't change, and if we can get that going, I think that'll be a big plus. And they've tried a couple other things. Other leagues have tried it. In the American League, I know they've tried about if a puck goes off a skate or something, or if you kick it, that might be a change. But I don't think those are going to go through. So it's all things that they're still talking about, and we'll see how it goes. But I think the offside rule will be a big thing, and the goal cams too. Sometimes there's a major pile up in front of the net, or nowadays with the nets, they're so tight, and the way we shoot, some guys shoot the puck, the puck hits the back of the net and it's out so fast that you can't see it. So even though I got new eyes, I have trouble seeing it too, for God's sake. But so that's another rule hopefully with the goal cam.
All right, we'll take another quick break and be right back. Thanks.
April 21st, 2009. Dear Amy, today your life is going to change forever. At 5 p.m., you will give birth to a little boy, almost 3 months premature. And the doctor tells you that your little baby has a brain bleed. And the hardest part is when you pack up to go home from the hospital, he won't. But he won't be alone. And all the doctors and nurses at Atrium Health are going to take such good care of him. And they'll reassure you that there's no better place for him to be. But as time passes, you'll begin to understand this child is special. He'll fall in love with soccer, training to someday join the U.S. Paralympic team. This little boy is not only alive, he's thriving. And believe me when I say, everything is going to be okay. How do I know? Because I am you. 13 years later. Sincerely, Amy Wilotica.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Earlier in the show, Coach, we mentioned the returning players you have and the veterans and what that means to a roster. But I thought we just break that down a little bit more and specifically talk about some of the guys that not only that you expect to be some of your leaders in the locker room this season that fans will know coming back from last season, but also produce on the ice a lot.
Well, there's a couple guys here right tonight, so I can't talk too highly of them because they'll get too big of heads. But obviously, Whitey and Gus and Kramer are going to be back there. They played with it together last year, and they'll be back. They're coming back, and that line there. They're explosive and do a great job, not just offensively but defensively too. So they do a lot of things for us. They kill penalties and just do a lot of things that help us out. And so I'm expecting. And then the thing about that line there too is their role. And we talked about it, the locker room presence. They've all been around. Whitey's played for a long time at higher levels, and these guys lead by example, and that's what you really want. You want those guys to lead. And again, like I said at the start of the show, this isn't my team. This is their team, and where we go is how they gel together and come together, and they work at it. So those guys there, I think we got. So I'm expecting a big year. Kramer now is. And for people who don't know, Mr. Kramer and his lovely new wife, Tori, just got married a couple weeks ago, so we like to congratulate them. Go on. So wonderful for them. And also we're having another wedding coming up. Boots and Elena are getting married in another week or two. So a lot of marriages coming up, so congratulations to them. So, and as nice as the guys are, I think both guys got really lucky and married people great for them. So and great people. So I hope all the best for both couples.
And go ahead.
So those guys are coming back. So those guys I'm going to lean on. And we also got the Czechs. I'm not sure if all three are coming, but I know two are coming for sure, and we're not sure where that's going. And so only time will tell. So, but there's another group that will be a big a plus for us. They move all around. Pesty, wherever I ask him to go, he goes, and he plays defense. He plays right wing. He plays left wing. If he has to go in the middle, he kills penalties. So he's a big asset. And then the big rig, Mr. Salak, there, he's just a great player and does a lot of great things. So those two guys also, like they've been around a long time, and those two guys actually I coached against a couple of years ago when they were in Berlin, as everybody knows. So they've been around a long time, and I expect them nothing different from them. And then you go, if you keep going down all the different players. I mean, obviously Boots, assistant captain or captain, and assistant coach, and but what he does on the ice, the enthusiasm, and last year I think he had a great year as far as points were concerned. But what he does off the ice for us too is how he helps me out with a lot of things that I don't know if I want to say I don't want to do it, but it keeps me away from certain things, and my focus can be on other things. So what he does for me from a personal note, I can't thank him enough. But And then we got Nate Keeley's going to come back. He's got a long drive, but he's going to come back. And there's another guy, him and Schnappy. And so that line last year played together again and did an awesome job. So I'm very fortunate to have that. We got some young guys coming from forward here. And one guy here is in the stands or in the audience here. Mike Mania comes in. I've watched him skate for a couple of days now, and he doesn't quite skate as fast as I do, but he's okay. And I'm expecting something big out of him. The first words out of I had two people calling me and tell me he's a great person, but you're going to love him as a hockey player. So I'm looking forward to that relationship and where he can go with us and help us. And we got a couple other guys that coming in that I think are going to help us. So this Glazier, I'm not really sure who's how. He's coming in with good credentials and hopefully he can help us also. So I can't mention it right now, but I made a trade today, and so hopefully this gentleman can come in and help us too. So when that gets finalized, as I said, I'm looking forward to him coming in too. So just those are the guys. And then on defense, unfortunately, we lost a big chunk of people who were quality people. I could be here all night talking about Joe Kennedy and Clay Keeley and what they brought, not just the way they played, but the way they handled themselves and what they did in the dressing room. So I can't say enough about them, and unfortunately I lost them, and I don't think they're coming, and so that's going to be a big hole. And so I'm expecting, the one guy, I don't have my Hawaiian shirt on tonight, but Mr. Farmer's apparently trying to come back. So I'm expecting big nights out of him. He's going to have to elevate his game to the way he plays at certain times, and him and I've talked about it. And if he plays to his capabilities, he's going to be a big plus for us. So I'm looking forward to him. And we got a bunch of young guys. I traded for a player a week ago who was from Winston-Salem, and I've watched him play a couple times against me, and there's Cody Oakes, and he can skate, he can move the puck, and I think he's going to be an asset for us too. So, and then all the young guys that are coming in to play. So we'll see how they all match and mix and match, and that'll be my focus probably. But I just like it. And then in goal, Boris is coming back. Again, we lost a player and Mario who just had an awesome year last year, but so did Boris. And with that tandem that we had last year was probably second to none around. And I give the guys up in front of them a lot of credit, as I always tell them. But those two guys really had a great tandem. And unfortunately, Mario got an opportunity to coach a goalie coach in Major Junior in Canada. And so I'm really proud of him. I kind of knew he wasn't going to come back at the end of the year, but I hope him all the best with what he's going to do. But Boris is coming back, and I expect Boris to be the guy and to lead us where we want to go. And I traded for a goaltender, Coffey, who played in Mississippi last year. And as soon as I traded for him, I got a call from a goalie who doesn't usually. Goalies don't really like to compliment other goalies very much. And he told me, he said, "Great pickup, coach. I really like him." And I was like, I almost fell over. You could have knocked me over with a feather, because, as I said, goalies don't like to talk about other goalies. They talk about players, but they don't like to give other goalies the credit. And so when I heard that, then a couple coaches have actually tried to steal him away from me. So I'm expecting something from him. And then there's another goalie, Purdy. He's coming in too. So plus also things could change. I've got a couple other names on the board. So just from top to bottom, all these guys, we're going to give them all a chance and see where they come. And I'm excited about it. When he gets this year, it's going to be a little different. Last year I came in and we kind of knew how the roster was set. You know what I mean? And I think this year here is going to be a little more unsettled, I guess. But that's exciting. And as I said, all the players that I got coming in, I'm looking forward to it, because they're coming in with good credentials. They're coming in being good people, and as I said, it should be a fun week or 10 days of practice or training camp to see where we're going to fit in.
And we'll take one last break. On the other side, we'll talk about some things that are coming up in the near future, the season ticket holder pickup that's coming up soon, and things like that. So we'll take one last break, and then we'll finish the show.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Coaches Show. Again, we're going to wrap things up here. The first thing that I certainly need to mention is our season ticket holder pickup party, which is going to be at the arena this season, and that's tomorrow night. So it's tomorrow night from 6 to 8. You can pick up your season tickets there. If you're unable to make it, they will be available at the VIP entrance for the first game of the season. And then if you'd like to become a season ticket holder, you can contact the Thunderbirds and get that going until the first game of the year, which is coming up quick. So on October the 17th, and should be a good matchup with PD. But Coach, I'll give you some last words to say here, and thank everyone, and then we'll get out of here.
Well, first of all, welcome. I'd like to thank everybody, welcome me back here. Again, I've been pretty busy, so I haven't had a lot of time to talk to a lot of people, but just like to say thank you to everybody here. One special shout out here tonight. We have one person in the audience who has had some health issues. She was the head of the Booster Club for, I won't say how many years because she'll probably come over and punch me, but this is the first time she's been out since her health issues. And as I said, we love seeing you here, Miss Patton. It's great to see you out here tonight. So,
okay, thanks.
But just everybody here tonight, as I said, it's great to be back, and I can't wait to the. Actually, I can't wait till Monday. That should be a fun day too. But I can't wait till the 17th, and when the puck drops and get this season going. So I'm looking forward to it. I know we got some things coming up. I know there's going to be some parties with the Booster Club, and then also some gatherings with the team and different things like that. So. Love to see everybody out, and as I said, I'm just excited about it, and want to welcome all the players who are here, and the players who are coming in. As I said, I hope everyone makes a safe trip, and as I said, it should be just a fun year. I think the where this league is going and where we're going as an organization, and Carrie and that and Lisa and the office staff and the people that we have here, they've done a fantastic job again this summer, and to start the ball rolling. So everything's kind of in place, and not too much pressure. But I guess I got to do my job now. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm can't wait to get her going, and as I said, and so I can see everybody too. So I'm just really happy about what's going on.
Well, Coach, we'll speak again next week. We'll be at Dave & Buster's back here at Earl's on the 21st of October. Again,
Ricky, we got to get you.
That's it.
Coach Harry Show.
Coach Harry Show.
Okay.
Coach Harry Show.
Well, you know what? And one other thing I should say too. I was here with a guy for 2 years, and he moved on, Brendan Riley, and I just wish him all the best. I know he's going to be watching tonight or on Thursday, so I'd like to wish him all the best. But I know you're going to do a great job. As I said, you come here with a lot of credentials. I've heard you talk and everything like that. So I know you're going to fit right in perfectly with us here. So. As I said, just everybody coming together, and as I said, can't wait to get her going.
All right, episode 1 of the Coach Harry Show. Thanks, everyone.
You got it right.